Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here to talk about Ballerina Farm and Hannah and Daniel Neeleman. They are currently going viral. There is a big conversation happening about trad wives and kind of how it fits into internet culture. And there's also a few troubling videos going around showing Hannah and Daniel and some of their encounters. But yeah, I want to have a conversation. So if you're interested, please keep watching. Alright you guys, so I'm going to read this article, we're going to go over it, and then I'm also going to talk to you about the recent egg apron situation. That will make sense once you know a little bit about Hannah and her husband Daniel. But let's start at the top. As the viral discourse surrounding trad wives, a label applied to women who adopt traditional roles of motherhood and homemaking, continues to rage online, one woman has been thrust into the spotlight after a viral article gave fans a glimpse into the not-so-idyllic underbelly of trad wife content. And I will link that article in my description box in case y'all want to read it. It is very long, but it is very detailed, so if you want to, it's there. If not, I think you'll have a general understanding of who Hannah is by the time this article is done. Hannah Neeleman, also known by her social media username Ballerina Farm, is a 34-year-old mother of 8 living in Utah. She's gained 17 million followers across her Instagram and TikTok accounts, where she posts content of her daily life with her husband Daniel Neeleman and their children on their 328-acre farm. Throughout much of her content, Neeleman is seen wearing gingham patterned aprons and smocks as she makes recipes from scratch, tends to their livestock, and sells raw milk and sourdough starter on their Ballerina Farm website. She even made headlines earlier this year when she competed in the Miss World pageant just 12 days after giving birth. While Neeleman has been quietly mentioned in discussions about trad wife influencers in the past, namely alongside fellow content creator Nara Smith, that all took a turn when the Times published an in-depth profile on Neeleman titled "Meet the Queen of the Trad Wives and Her 8 Children." Now the viral article written by Megan Agnew has people on the internet claiming that the trad wife content may not be as perfect as what is portrayed on social media. And I've talked about this for a really long time on my channel specifically. Never compare your life to what you're seeing displayed or produced by your favorite influencers or vloggers online. I know that it can be kind of a natural response to say, oh, look at what they have, I want that too. But when it kind of migrates into that jealousy type of comparative frame of mind, that's where it can start to get really unhealthy for the viewer. You can appreciate what somebody else has and say, oh, their house is so nice, and be a little bit envious of it. That's natural. But we're living in this digital world where it's so easy to think what you're consuming is actually what's going on. And chances are that's not what's really going on. People are not always happy. The house is not always clean. The dinner is not always, made from scratch. That's just not reality. Who is Hannah Neeleman? The content creator social media persona Ballerina Farm comes from her previous career as a ballerina at the Juilliard School in New York City. Neeleman, who was raised a devout Mormon in Utah, practices the same faith with her husband and their 8 children. When asked about the trad wife label in her interview, Neeleman maintained that she doesn't identify with the internet trend. I don't necessarily identify with it because we are traditional in the sense that it's a man and a woman and we have children, but I do feel like we're paving a lot of paths that haven't been paved before, she said. So for me to have the label of a traditional woman, I'm kind of like, I don't know if I identify with that. Neeleman explained to the outlet that she left home at the age of 17 for New York City, where she studied dance at the prestigious performing arts school. I was a good ballerina, she said. but I knew that when I started to have kids, my life would start to look different. Her husband Daniel is really the unlikable character in this duo. I'll get into more of that a little bit later. Daniel, who's 35, also grew up in a Mormon family in Connecticut. He is the son of David Neeleman, the billionaire founder of several commercial airlines, including JetBlue. Daniel and his future wife first met when they were introduced by a mutual friend at a college basketball game, when she was 23 at the time. While Daniel recalled wanting to date Neeleman right away, she reportedly wouldn't agree to going on a date until 6 months after they connected. Their first date came after Daniel learned Neeleman would be taking a JetBlue flight from Salt Lake City to New York, and he pulled some strings in order to be assigned the seat next to her on the flight. "I made a call," he recalled to the outlet. The couple were married just 3 months after their first date and soon began expanding their family. Neeleman even made modern history as the first undergraduate to be pregnant while studying at Juilliard. Now the pair are parents to sons, and it goes over all their kids' names and stuff. No need to include that. Let's get into why is there so much uproar around Ballerina Farm. Since the Times article was published, many people online have shared their shocked reactions to certain aspects of Neeleman's traditional lifestyle, much of which she hadn't disclosed to her millions of social media followers. For one, the content creator revealed that she has no childcare to help her with the daily duties of raising 8 children. She cooks every meal from scratch and sometimes gets so ill from exhaustion that she can't get out of bed for a week. Neeleman initially planned on converting the small barn on their farm into a ballet studio. However, the space was instead turned into a schoolroom for her children. Neeleman explained to the outlet that she and her husband have sacrificed a lot during the first few years of their marriage. Though Agnew was skeptical as to what sacrifices Daniel had given up, becoming homesteaders. "Well, I give up dance, which was hard. You give up a little piece of yourself." And Daniel gave up his career ambitions. Following the publication of the article, many readers took to the comment section of Ballerina Farm's Instagram account to share their mixed opinions about the piece. Lots of people leaving comments like, "You deserve to be happy. You deserve better. That article was so sad. I'm sorry you don't have help." So the video that I saw going around showing the dynamic between Hannah and Daniel that I found troubling is that, obviously we already know that she doesn't take a lot of time for herself. She doesn't really do a whole lot for herself. Everything goes to the kids and making sure her kids are having a wonderful life, which is part of her job as a parent. She's been asking Daniel for a really long time to go on a trip to Greece. He's very well aware of this. She's mentioned it numerous times, over and over and over again. She wants to go on a trip to Greece. Her birthday came up, and she's starting to open this package, and she's still talking about Greece. She's saying maybe it's tickets to Greece, maybe it's something related to Greece. She continues to open up the package. And he gave her an egg apron. Not an egg apron and tickets to Greece. Not an egg apron and, an all-day thing where she could go and spend the day at the spa to take care of herself. Not an egg apron and domestic tickets to go somewhere, just him and her to get away. Just an egg apron, so that she can continue to tend to her duties on their farm.
Okay, that's my birthday present from Daniel. Hoping no tickets to Greece.
Where's it from?
I don't know, the boys took it off.
I took it off.
It's from Ukraine.
So, plane tickets? Ooh, a hat I can wear in Greece.
It's not a hat.
It's not.
Oh, my egg apron!
Eggs in it.
Great, then you can gather eggs.
So cute. It's really cute. It's a cute one.
That's the best. You're welcome.
Thanks, honey.
Not for a long time.
The level of disappointment that you could see on her face I felt bad for her. And like, I don't watch these people. And I could feel for her in that situation. I felt her disappointment. I felt the, wow, I was really hoping for something better. And she was let down. I've always said, I think that trad wife content can be problematic to the viewer because it normalizes at times, a very toxic environment where you literally have to like, bleed yourself dry to be this like perfect Susie homemaker. And I think that comes with a level of toxicity. I'm not saying a huge amount. I'm not saying that I hate all of it. But when you're glamorizing it on social media, it can come off as troublesome. Chances are some of y'all probably know about Ballerina Farm. If you are a viewer, how do you feel about this? Did you read the Times article? Did you feel like the Times article did Hannah dirty? Do you feel like it shed a light on something that you didn't know about? How do you feel? Because I have my own issues with trad wife content, like I said, but I felt a level of sadness for Hannah after learning more about the situation. That's how I feel about Ballerina Farm. Drop all your thoughts down below. So for now, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.